Eric Hammer here, registered psychotherapist. Today, I'd like to talk a little bit about this idea about the shoulds and should nots that people will say out loud, and this concept of the inner critic. But before I continue, please hit that subscribe button below so you'll be notified about any new videos that I have here on my channel. So, one of the concepts that sometimes I'll hear individuals talk about is this idea of I should do this or I shouldn't do that. And in reflecting on these responses, I find it interesting to just inquire and be curious about where these shoulds and should nots, where they really stem from, right? And so the idea here is this concept again of the inner critic and how these judgments, right, how these have come about. And again, really being curious around where these sort of self-images might have occurred in a person's experience. And so when there's this idea of, I shouldn't do this, or I shouldn't feel this way, I shouldn't feel that way, there's a real curiosity and a questioning then of where these sorts of judgments, particularly around how somebody feels, might stem from. And so from a psychodynamic psychotherapy perspective, the idea is to become curious about perhaps what somebody's past experiences, what those experiences have told them internally about what they can or cannot feel, what they cannot experience, how they should or shouldn't think or feel. And then from this perspective, right, and this reframe, let's call it, of being curious around the why, the idea is that perhaps an individual can become more accepting of the self, more accepting of perhaps where these internal judgments and criticisms have come from, and as a result of this acceptance, to be much more open, right, in terms of the person's own internal experiences, their values, their thoughts, their feelings, and coming from it more from a place of openness and curiosity versus a very closed, rigid, self-critical way of experiencing one's own thoughts and feelings. If you have any questions or concerns, feel free to leave a comment below. Please check with a psychotherapist to make sure this or any other information is appropriate for you. Thanks again for watching, and have a great day. Take care.